Changing Gears with your host, Chris Gear. Today I got the opportunity to interview John Gruber. John Gruber has an upcoming fight against Liam Harriman on March 29th in Fall River, Massachusetts, and he fights for Boston Boxing Promotions. It was an amazing opportunity to interview both of these guys. A heavyweight fight, my personal favorite division. There's a little bit of bad blood in this fight, so I'm excited to see it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Hello everybody, welcome to Changing Gears with your host, Chris Gear. Today, I'm with John Gruber. John Gruber has an upcoming fight on March 29th against Liam Harriman. So I'm going to ask him some questions today, and let's get started. So, does it motivate you to go against a guy like Liam in your hometown of Fall River? Does that fire you up?
Fighting anybody in my hometown is gonna fire me up.
For
you know
sure.
what I mean? But I grew up. It's where all my family and friends are. So you know what I mean. It doesn't matter who I'm fighting. I'm gonna be fired up. You know what I mean? This is the closest I've ever fought, like in my city. So I'm excited.
Hell yeah. And I know Liam has only had one professional fight in his pro career. Does that does that fire you up to make it 1-1? Are you trying to tie up his record, or do you not really see that does that not bother you?
No, it honestly doesn't bother me. His record doesn't matter. It's just he has to understand there's levels to this shit. You can't fight a guy, no disrespect to his opponent we fought, but the dude never put on gloves a day in his life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened, but just went in there and he fought him, whatever. But you can't just go from fighting a guy that had no experience, pretty much a street fighter, a guy that just walked in, and then go from that to a guy that's been here, has been through, the wars, battles, more 4-round, 6-round fights. Like, there's levels to this shit, and he's gonna learn the hard way. Like, there's the difference.
Right. And seeing if you have experience as a professional going 6 rounds, you're no stranger to going the distance. So, do you want to kind of drag Liam into deep waters in this fight, or are you just looking to get him out as early as you can? What's the game plan? I don't want you to give too much away, but...
No, I mean, I want to. I want to show this kid that there's levels to this shit. I would, if I see an opening or if I see a knockout, I'll take it. But I really would just want to put a beating on this kid. I want to show him, there's levels to this shit. You can't just, be at step 1 and just think you could hang at step 5. No, I want to just 6 rounds of beating him. I want to show him I do, because he's already telling everybody he's going to knock me out. So I'm going to be able to have this dude in the ring for 6 rounds with nobody. Like, the only way somebody's going to take me off of him is the ref when they knock him out, when he's on the ground sleeping. So it's like, that's what I'm looking forward to, just beating up this kid for 6 rounds.
Yeah, and kind of branching off that question, do you watch footage on your opponents, and have you kind of seen footage on Liam, and do you see any holes in his game that you feel you can take advantage of, or do you not want to give too much away?
No, I mean, I've one of my training partners, person I train with all day, shout out to the Nineveh brothers, but one of my training partners, Alex, already beat him. So it's like, I've already, I've already seen what he could do. I already seen him at his maxing. It doesn't matter if it was last year, you know what I mean? Like, I know what I could do, and I know what he's done already. So it's like, there's nothing he could do that's going to surprise me. There's nothing he could do that's going to make me feel some type of way, you know what I mean? Like, I fought 6'9" guys on a big stage. Like, fighting some kid who pretty much has a diaper on in his boxing game is not going to do nothing.
So you mentioned you kind of glanced over it there, the size difference. When you fight at heavyweight, you fight fighters who are either, much bigger, guys who may be much faster. Heavyweight's kind of a weird division in that way where, there's, the size discrepancy might be a little, there might be some size discrepancy. But being a heavyweight, how do you prepare for fighters who may be a little bigger, maybe a little faster, maybe just have a little more power? How do you deal with guys that may just have some sort of advantage over you?
I always just honestly, I just worry about myself. If I feel they're bigger than me, I gotta be faster. If I feel they're stronger than me, I gotta, be stronger. Or I gotta, be more defensive. Like, I always just try, I always take their, what they have, or what I feel their best attributes are, and just, find something to counterbalance that, or counter attack that.
Yeah. And this is your first time fighting in Fall River since you were an amateur. So looking back and, being back in Fall River as a professional, is there anything you can take away from your amateur career? Like, since you've been back, or since you've last fought in Fall River, how have you grown as a fighter and just as a person in general? Like, what can you just take away from your amateur career that, you've just improved on, and, what's the development like?
The last time I fought in Fall River, I'd say was probably 2019 and 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Gloves, and life has changed. Like everything,
Right.
possible aspect of my life has changed. The only thing I think has stayed the same is my gym, the people I train with.
Right.
As far as like I've grown as a person, my IQ in the ring has grown. Like my skills have grown. Like me, just in general, I've grown. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you just mentioned your gym and your team. So a lot of the time, boxing is regarded as the loneliest sport in the world. But I've talked to plenty of coaches, fighters, and there's also, it's regarded as a team sport. So what can you, like, how has your team pushed you for this fight, and just overall, what can you say about your team? Just having them around. What does having them around mean to you, and how do they push you just to be a better fighter and better person?
Well, I mean, my captain, my coach, he pushes everyone. You know what I mean? He that's one thing I love about the guy. He has no problem. You can do your best, and he'll still tell you, you suck, do better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's also why he has a great stable. He was trainer of the year. You know what I mean? Like, he pushes you to be a better version of yourself no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, if you feel you're good, he pushes you to try to be better.
Yeah.
If you feel better, he pushes you to try to be better than that. So it's like, he's always trying to project you or progress you to the next level.
Right. And do you have any, because Liam's going to watch this, there's no doubt. Do you have anything you want to say to Liam before you guys meet in the ring? Is there anything you just need to get off your chest and just let this guy know?
Well, all I know is, for you, if you're watching this right now, I'm about to nothing. All that shit talking, all that internet shit is gonna go out the window with me and you in that ring for 6 rounds. And trust me, buddy, it's gonna be a long 6 rounds for you. Man, I'm just looking forward to it. That's all.
Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for joining us. I just want to give a special thanks to Boston Boxing Promotions for letting me interview these guys. It's been a fantastic opportunity to interview fighters on this card. So yeah, make sure to snag your tickets now at bostonboxingpromotions.com. I'm excited for this weekend, and if you can't snag tickets or you can't make it, catch the live stream at Combat Sports Now. I'll leave the links in the description below, and you guys can follow those and get your tickets or buy the live stream. So yeah, this is Changing Gears with your host Chris Gear. Let's change some gears. Bye.